Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome. Let me do my formal introduction. Hi, everyone. This is Tamaya Robles. I am the owner of Fix My Credit Now, 850.com. Welcome to my podcast, Coast to Coast Credit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. But yes, usually I give it just a few seconds before I start talking, in case anyone people start trickling through, which will probably happen either way throughout the whole podcast. But anyway, so hopefully everybody had a good week so far. It's the middle of the week, it's hump day, Wednesday. I hope you guys had a great day, good evening. This week is wrapping up. I can't talk for some reason. But yeah, so this podcast, I wanted to talk about, I had a couple of topics in mind. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. I posted it in the topics. Let me see if I can even see that. All right. So, bankruptcy, always with the bankruptcy. So, again, thank you to all my new clients, my referrals. Thank you, PNC. PNC, in case you don't know, is a bank that I'm partnered with, a big bank. Some states aren't familiar with PNC, but they took over a company, another bank on the West Coast. So if you're out in the West Coast and you're not really familiar with PNC, you'll start seeing them. Um, where I live at, there's a PNC, but they're just a major bank. And they're a major bank, but people sleep on them when it comes to um, business loans. They actually have a pretty good program, especially if you're a new entrepreneur, a new business owner. They have good lending programs. You know, what they're going to say is fix your credit, though. You got to fix your credit, and then can't have any bankruptcies. So they've actually been sending me clients all week that have applied for business loans and they've had bankruptcies and they can't do anything with them. So they send them over to me. So thank you. But yeah, we're talking about that. We're talking about bankruptcies, what type of effect it has on you, on your credit, things like that. So yeah, any alternatives to bankruptcies? Also, getting your credit repaired now, since we're getting close to the end of the year. Usually, I'll get into it a little more just to explain what is happening, what happens with the credit bureaus, in case you didn't know. But now is the time to get your credit fixed. It really is. Hurry up before the holidays kick in. And that's pretty much it. I want to say again, thank you to my referrals as well. Um, I have a few things to say to my referral agents, but I think I did a video on that. I don't work magic, I don't work overnight, and there is a process. But thank you for the referrals, and you know, communication is key. So I'm big on that. All right, so let's jump right into it. Let's just first talk about bankruptcies and filing for bankruptcies. And it looks like a lot of you guys are watching my videos on bankruptcies and you're responding. I did a post recently on YouTube and it got like 2,100 views, and I'm talking about bankruptcies. So, and then another one after that, a couple thousand. Yeah. So this is a thing. I understand it's a thing. In the beginning, like I stated, I felt some type of way about bankruptcies. I wasn't feeling bankruptcies like that. I'm still not in favor of it. If you can do other things to prevent yourself from filing from bankruptcy, then go ahead and do it. Contact each individual debtor and try to make a payment arrangement of some sort. If you file Chapter 13, you're going to be on a payment arrangement anyway, right? So just try to do it yourself. Try to make some initiatives, take the initiative and apply for payment arrangements, even. Um, First and first, mostly credit repair. If there's anything on your credit report, any of the negative items, get it removed before you start making your payments. I say that all the time. I know I deal with a lot of real estate agents and lenders, and you guys are telling your people pay down your debt. Um, that doesn't really help much with their credit. It's a temporary fix, it's a band-aid, but once they purchase their home, then they wind up paying for it in the long run. So they wind up with debt stuck on their credit report for the next 7 years, and then your client gets kind of panicky. And I guess they're your former client after they purchased the home, but after that, yeah, they're messed up and they feel like they got to file for bankruptcy. So no, try to get your credit repaired before filing. Okay. If you have debt that's low, okay. Now I know stating low debt is depends on who you are and what your finances look like and things like that. I'm not here to count anyone's pockets, and my clients know I don't judge them, none of that. But if your debt is below $50,000, I wouldn't recommend you file for bankruptcy. Okay. Definitely have a plan, fucking do something quickly, right? But it doesn't mean you need to file for bankruptcy. More than likely, you just need some sort of plan, plan of action. How are you going to pay this debt back? You know, what debt do you have? Is it with a collection agency? Because remember, if it's with a collection agency, you don't owe the debt, it's already paid, right? So please consider these things before filing for bankruptcy. I also did a video explaining how I feel about bankruptcies now more than ever. I'm still anti bankruptcy. I just feel that the people are not being treated properly in the court system. I did see the comments on YouTube when I said released a clip stating that I have clients that walk in, file for bankruptcy, sleep on it the next day, try to pull the application or what have you, and people had their opinions on that, right? I get it. It depends on who you vote for, whatever. However you want, whatever excuse you want to give. At the end of the day, it's just file. It's just file. That's how the court systems work, and that it also shows that the government is they're just not on your side, right? So I don't really condone filing for bankruptcy if you don't have to. Now, on the flip side, though, I do see the benefit of filing for bankruptcy if it is a fresh start, if it will wipe the slate clean, and if you can get a chapter 7. A chapter 13, the poor man's bankruptcy, nah, I'm not really feeling that too tough, you know? Um, just be prepared for that means test. We talked about that. I go into detail about what a means test is. If you guys want me to talk about the means test again, let me know. Okay. Just leave a comment, leave me a message or something and say go into greater detail with the means test. But just real quick, a means test is just going to determine whether or not you should be chapter 7 or chapter 13 in a nutshell. That's it. You have more than likely taken a means test at some point in your adult life. Um, if you went and applied for a loan for school, if you tried to get some sort of government assistance of some sort, yeah, you've taken a means test. All right. So when you file for bankruptcy, you're going and you're applying for a chapter 7, you're going to have to take a means test. All right. So yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but I do encourage that. I mean, if you can start fresh, I mean, who wouldn't want to start fresh? Like I would love to start all over again. Not just for bankruptcy, you know what I'm saying? For other personal things, you know what I mean? Like hit that reset button, right? But the problem with all of that is it's going to be on your credit report that you filed for bankruptcy, and that's going to stay on there for 10 years. Cool. But what are you going to do about it? So don't think that filing for bankruptcy that is the end all be all, and it's stuck on your credit for the rest of your life. You can still get it off your credit report. Just because it's off your credit report, it doesn't mean that you didn't file for bankruptcy. Like the courts know you filed, that's it. That's all that those are the only entities that need to know, you and the court system. right? It doesn't need to be on your credit report. And it's honestly, it's not even supposed to be on your credit report. Okay. Like the United States Bankruptcy Court is not taking the time out to contact the credit bureaus about you and what you filed. Go ask them. If you don't believe me, go ask them. Send them a stamped, uh, a letter, stamped envelope. Write them a letter and ask them. That's the old school way of disputing a bankruptcy anyway. And they're gonna be like, listen, we don't tell people what goes on in these streets. This is our business. This is what we do. If somebody asks, we'll tell them, but we're not taking the initiative to tell these credit bureaus that your ass is broke. Mm-mm. No, that's their job. They'll tell you. So if you have to file for bankruptcy, chapter 7, chapter 13, what have you, so be it. Start off with a clean slate and then get the bankruptcy removed from your credit report. That's how you do it. It still means you filed, but it just means it's not showing up on your credit report. Therefore, it's going to have a positive impact on your credit score. Because if you had a good credit score before, and then you file for bankruptcy, and then there's a bankruptcy on your credit report, best believe your credit is going to drop anywhere between 120 to 200 points. That's just facts. Okay. So there's something to consider. Now, just understand if you really have to file, but get it off your credit report, and then your credit score is going to recover. That's it. That's all. Be realistic. Don't think it's going to happen overnight. Life doesn't work that way. A bankruptcy is a hard item. You got to pay a couple of dollars for most credit repair specialists to get it removed, or you could do it yourself. All right. So, yeah, something to think about. I'm on the fence with bankruptcies. It's just, I'm pro filing if you know how to handle your business accordingly. Okay. File if it's going to mean a fresh start. File if that means you're going to start working on your credit report to get that bankruptcy removed. File for bankruptcy also if you are going to still work on your credit. And that's the last thing I had to say about bankruptcy. When you file for bankruptcy, you still qualify for credit. You just have to know where to go. Right? So you can still build on your credit. That's why I always stress to you guys, have a plan. Have a plan when you're filing. Have a plan when you're doing credit. Have a plan when you're fixing your credit. Okay? Have a plan. But it's not the end of the world when you file for bankruptcy. You just can't get certain things as long as it's on your credit report. You can't get business credit. All right? They're not going to approve you. And if they do approve you, it's not going to be a good deal. Like even my connect at PNC Bank, they say there's a 70% chance that you will not be approved. And if you are approved, you're not going to get the best rates. So the best thing for you to do would be to get that bankruptcy off of your credit report. That's just the reality of the matter. Okay. But like I said, it's not the end all be all. You guys will be fine. Just work on it, have a plan, have a structured plan, work with me, fixmycreditnow850.com. Okay. All my information is in the description. You can leave a comment, message me like y'all been doing. I appreciate it. I've been booked and busy, y'all. And that's cool, man. So yeah, so that part. Now, what else did I say we needed to talk about? Oh, the alternatives to filing for bankruptcy. Like I said, the alternatives is credit repair. The alternative is not to run out and pay your debt. The alternative would be to, if you can, contact the debtor, contact them and try to make some sort of payment arrangement. A lot of times companies just want you to pay something as opposed to nothing. A lot of companies want you to communicate as opposed to ignoring them. For example, student loans. Okay. I'm not even going to harp on student loans. I'm going to just wait for October. Like I see the analytics here. I see that I'm talking And so my head is about to explode with y'all. Nobody's getting it. It's cool. I'll just wait until October when you guys who didn't do anything about your student loans will see what it does to your credit. Okay, so I'm not even going to address that. But what you can do though, when it comes to student loans, as opposed to ignoring them, you can just contact them and just talk to them. Most debt, most debt creditors, collection agencies, well, not collection agencies, I'm not worried about them, but debtors, if you call them, tell them a story, tell them a little side story, something, they'll work with you. But you also want to negotiate wisely when you are talking to them. If you do contact um, a debtor and you do want to talk to them and communicate with them and let them know, hey, listen, times are tough. I'm working on it. And even when it's the credit card companies, they have options for you. They would rather you talk and work things out with them, right? But just let them know it's still under these circumstances. Like, I want to pay you. Yes, it's going to be a lesser amount. My apologies. But if we do this, I need you to confirm in writing that you accept this and that you're just not just saying yes over the phone. Because that happens a lot. I have clients that says, "Oh, I called them and I know it's on my credit report, but don't worry. They're going to take it off because they said they would." These are the same people that are hurting your credit. Like, what makes you think they're going to help you? No, just send it to me in writing. All they can do is say no. Now, if they're telling you yes over the phone, but they're saying no, they can't or they won't send you a letter confirming that they will work with you and take the item off your credit report, then they're not legit. They're not real. Okay. They're just bullshitted you. So that part, that's an alternative. As far as paying off your debt, again, I mean, I just need y'all to really stop telling folks to pay off your debt, because what I'm seeing is people are coming to me saying that their real estate agent or their lender, their broker, their friend, their mom, whomever, told them, yeah, go ahead, pay off your debt so your credit could go up. But their credit really didn't go up and the status of the negative account just changed. So it just changed from unpaid to paid. That's it. Like, and now it's going to be like that for the next 7 years based off of the date that you paid them, if they even have that date correct. Because usually the credit bureaus, they all got 3 different dates of when you paid them, which is a problem, which is where I come in at, because I know that's a violation of your rights under the FCRA. So stop just jumping the gun and pay them. But if you do want to pay them, again, make it on your terms. Give them a call and say, hey, I would like to pay, but I would like to do a pay to delete. And we've talked about pay to deletes. If you guys want me to talk more about pay to deletes, let me know in the comments, messages, whatever, and I'll talk about a pay to delete. All right. It's pretty simple. It's either a yes, we'll do it, or no, we won't. It's that simple. Okay. So, yeah, you have options other than a bankruptcy. Okay. I know attorneys, people are hiring attorneys to file for bankruptcy on their behalf. Be careful with that. I'm hearing a lot of horror stories. I did hear that you can actually file for bankruptcy on your own without an attorney, and it's not that difficult. But it's what your level of comfort is, it's your comprehension level. But an attorney will always encourage you to file because that's their job. Okay, that's their job. One of my clients, like I may have mentioned in the past, stated that they only had $1,200 worth of debt, and that attorney told them to go ahead and file for bankruptcy. I remember when I purchased my first home, before I purchased my first home, a real estate agent told me I need to file for bankruptcy. Yeah, and hit them back up in 7 years. Like, wait. Yeah. So, just exercise your options, know your rights, and then some stuff might be outdated. Some stuff on your credit report might be wrongfully reporting or illegal, or it might not be yours. You understand there's a couple of factors. So, like, if there's some things that you could just clean up real fast, then do that. Other than that, once you make a payment or once you file for bankruptcy and you're putting that negative debt under your bankruptcy, then that's yours. You bought it. And I see credit reports all the time and I go through them with my clients. And a lot of people say, oh, this account isn't mine. I don't even know where it came from. I'll do you one better. Back in the day, when I was working for Liberty Mutual as an insurance adjuster, right? Way back in Philly, right? Um, I was banking with, I don't know if this bank is still out. I wonder if it is, called TD Bank. I think back then it was called Commerce, and then TD Bank bought them out. And what happened was I was like real bad with money, extremely irresponsible. I didn't care about nothing, right? Like I would open up bank accounts and then I would overdraw. That was back in the day. I don't know if they do this now, but like you could request a certain amount of money from the ATM, and whether the amount was there or not, you would get it in the ATM and then I would deal with it later, whatever. But I got something in the mail from a bank. Well, I forgot the name of it's not Citibank. Was it I forgot the name of the bank, but it was another major bank, but it was down the street from my job. So it was my job, and then down the street was TD Bank. And if you went in another direction, it was this bank. So they were all near each other. And this bank, they put something on my credit report, sent me something in the mail talking about I owed them money because I opened up in a bank account, never paid them. And I was like, that kind of sounds like me. But the only thing was, I just know for a fact that I did not use that bank. I was like, that doesn't make sense. So I didn't know about credit repair at this time, but I just went to the bank and I took the letter and I was like, yo, show me proof that this is me. So of course they got nervous and whatnot, and they were like, okay, wait, we'll just mail you the information. They mailed me a file. Yes, it had my name on it, right? It didn't have they didn't have a copy of my driver's license, and I thought you needed that to open up an account, right? They didn't have a driver's license. They didn't have my full social. I'm like, this is a bank and y'all don't have this in my file. And they had a signature that wasn't my signature. And then like my signature looked one way and then the date of the signature looked a different way. I was like, man, fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This ain't mine, right? So sure enough, I didn't even do credit repair. I think I called the credit bureaus or something. I don't know. I did something. Um, I think I went straight to the bank, but sure enough, it was off. It was off my credit. Yeah. So sometimes the stuff just isn't yours. If there's something you can do about it, do it. There's inquiries that aren't yours. For example, I do still have, it's an oldie but goodie, but I do have the 24-hour inquiry deletion. Okay. Contact them people. I'm not saying you pay me to do it. I'm telling you, it's a free ebook. It was out during the pandemic. It worked and then it stopped working. And now it works again because people don't use it. But if you have a ton of inquiries, there's like you got 100 inquiries, you know damn well those inquiries are not tied to an open account. Get them deleted. Get them deleted. And for anybody that tries to tell you that it's too late, they're lying. I get inquiries removed all the time, like without using the scripts. All right. But yeah, if you want my free 24-hour ebook, all right, it works pretty well. I'll say that, right? I've seen people get inquiries removed within an hour, but it's supposed to take 24 hours. So, or within 24 business hours. Use that ebook. It's free. Ask me for it. I got you. Get them inquiries removed because an inquiry, you have to remember, is a 2 to 3 point drop in your credit score. So if you're getting it removed from your credit report, what do you think? It's going to be a 2 to 3 point increase in your credit score. That's like, so if you're looking to fix something or get a fast credit score like increase, use the ebook, get them inquiries off. A lot of y'all come to me with inquiries that are over 50 inquiries. And if you're applying for a car loan or you're house shopping or credit card shopping or whatever, they're running your social through their database. So you think you asked 1 or 2 times, and then you look at your credit report, or Credit Karma is giving you a ding, and you're looking and you got 15, 16 inquiries in one day. That's what happened. That's what happened. Get them off. If you get them off the next day, call the next day like, hey, I got these inquiries. I didn't approve them. Follow the script. Boom. Now your score went right back up. It recovered. Okay. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but I see it a lot. And every time I offer the 24-hour inquiry, y'all just don't get it. But all right, it's cool. I get it. That's why you hire me. Fix my credit now, 850.com. All right. So lastly, what else? What else was on there? I have another additional topic that I want to talk about that I didn't put on the list of topics, but I will get into that last because that's probably going to turn into a slight rant. I apologize. You guys will be okay. But yeah, what else is, for the love of God, I can't. Oh, and getting your credit repaired before the end of the year. That's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. So getting your credit repaired at the end of the year is very important. Why is it important, Tamaya? Well, I'm glad you asked, strangers. The reason why it's important is because just like y'all go on a holiday, on vacation, the holidays are coming up. You're gonna go out of the country. You're gonna go out of town. You're gonna visit family and things like that. You won't be at work. You didn't. A lot of y'all saved your time or whatever, so you can do that. The people who work for the credit bureaus do the same thing. Just like you got a skeleton crew now, if you work in an office and Thanksgiving rolls around and, it's you and Bob, working the phones or whatever, because it's the holidays, that's what the credit bureaus look like too. Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, all of them, because it's more than three. But we're focusing on the three. So they have a skeleton crew. They do use India as a backup. Okay. Now, do you think India is really going to respond to your dispute letters like that? Okay, go ahead and take a risk. If you're a winger like me, it doesn't matter, right? So, the good thing is what I like to do, though, knowing that we're not going to get the greatest responses to our dispute letters during the holiday season, is I like to overwhelm the bureaus with as many letters as possible during this time, because by law they have to respond within 30 days, 30 to 45 days. I'm supposed to verify this, but I haven't. But during the pandemic, they got approved for an additional amount of time. So it's 30 to 45 days. And I didn't hear anything saying that was lifted. It probably is because, the pandemic is over, right? So yeah, let's just stick to 30 days minimum. So for 30 days, they have to respond to your dispute letters, right? Bet. Now, because it's a holiday and because they're working off of a skeleton crew, and that means it's going to be very difficult for them to reach all the hundreds of thousands of dispute letters that they get on a daily basis. So that means they're probably not going to delete the necessary items that you're talking about. Okay. It's bad for you, but it's really bad for them because you could potentially sue them if they haven't responded. I need you guys to sue the bureaus more often. Okay. That will make a lot of changes. But anyway, I digress. So by overwhelming them with a bunch of dispute letters that they're probably not going to address like that, then that means when they do come back to work, when does everybody usually come back to work? When their kids come back to school right after the new year, right? Then that's when they try to play catch up. They know from November to the end or the beginning of January, they haven't really responded to letters like that. So they have to play catch up. And then a lot of times what I see is practically it looks like credit sweeps, you know? Those that know me, you know how I feel about credit sweeps. If you don't know what a credit sweep is and you want to know what it is, just let me know. Leave comments, leave a message, let me know. But I don't play that credit sweep thing, but this is the bureau, so they can do whatever the hell they want, right? Because of the credit bureaus, like they've been doing. But anywho, in a nutshell, start getting your credit fixed. Either do it yourself or have fix my credit now 850.com. Do it one or the other. But if you want to see results between now and let's say I want to say the beginning of November, now is the time. That time frame is when you should really start disputing the negative items before the holidays hit. Now, if you don't want to listen to me because you're like, I don't need her, I'm not paying her, blah, 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 F her, I could do it myself. Only to come back to me and be like, you know what? Can you help me? Because I thought I could do it myself, whatever. But now it's the holiday season and it's like you're stuck. All right, cool. I help you. I got you back, but just understand you may not get the results you're expecting. If you're trying to get a house before the end of the year, now is the time to file your dispute letters. If you're going to do it yourself or hire Fix My Credit Now 850.com before the holidays, before Christmas, before Thanksgiving, before the new year. All right? Because they're not going to respond to you. You're not going to get results. If you're trying to get a car at the end of the year because they got them specials, the salesman got the specials, right? End of the month, end of the year sales. Now is the time. Now is the time to fix your credit. Because if you wait, like, oh, I'll wait until November to start fixing my credit so I could buy a car at the end of December, listen, the bureaus are not doing shit, man. You're not going to get the results you want to get. All right. So that's something to think of. This is not going to be over an hour like it usually is. I had some stuff to say. I've pretty much said it. Again, I say my thank yous. I'm extremely grateful for y'all. Again, with the subscribers, like I don't know what's going on. Like I appreciate all the subscribers. You understand? Like, thank you. Thank you. But this today I didn't have a whole bunch to say because I don't want you guys thinking I'm bashing you. So this is where I'm going to like segue into what I wanted to talk about outside of the topics, right? So I get my little comments about how I'm speaking with y'all, and I'm going to continue to speak to y'all the way I do. It's effective. Clearly you guys like it because you're setting up consultations with me. Okay. But what I need you guys to do is understand that when you hire us, Fix My Credit Now 850.com, when you hire us as your credit repair specialist, just understand that we're working diligently. We're working very hard to get you the results that you need. We still have to follow rules. We still have to understand and acknowledge that there are rules under the FCRA. So if you send me a client or you signed up with me today, it does not mean a week from now you have perfect credit or you should have perfect credit. It doesn't work that way. So there's no need to constantly call me over and over again talking about how come your credit isn't fixed. Now, another thing that I noticed is some of my newest clients are coming from other credit repair companies. Now, I've been dealing with this since I started my business, and it's actually flattering that I'm getting customers from other companies. But you have to understand we all do business differently. All right. I'm not going to sit here and bash another credit repair company. I don't know what's going on. I only know what you tell me, what you've gone through. And even still, there's a one-sided story that I'm hearing. And I can't literally go by that. I don't really care unless it's fraud and I have to handle your credit in a certain special way. I don't really care what happened to your credit, how it got messed up or whatever, because at the end of the day, it has to be fixed. It has to be resolved. We got to fix the problem, right? Right. Now, as far as another credit repair specialist, I can't share the same rage that you share. You know what I'm saying? There's people that don't like what I've done, or and I've gotten people into houses and they came back mad at me. I my favorite story, chick credit was horrific. Horrific. All right. I've seen messed up credit reports and I see them all the time. You dig me? But this one in particular was a challenge. I'll say that. It was mad challenging. You dig me? But for some reason, she wanted me to fix her credit. I'm like, cool, I got you. In my head, I'm thinking, all right, this is going to be a tough one. I need a minimum of 90 days for sure. Within 30 days, I think I got this lady 40 some deletions. I mean, she had way more to go, mind you. Her credit was messed up. But she had, I got like 40 deletions. I'm talking about across all three credit bureaus. I'm talking about inclusive of the inquiries. She had over 100 inquiries. I think she had 200 inquiries, right? Collections, charge off, missed payments, right? 40 some within 30 days, score jumped. And then she got mad at me and was like, yeah, but you didn't get this one off. And I'm like, sis, word. All right, cool. I can't do anything about that. So that part. If you come from another credit repair company, I'm honored that you trust in me because I know in particular, a lot of y'all are coming from this one particular lady, and I'm not going to say her name because I actually respect her hustle. Right? I don't follow any other credit repair specialists like that. I did just find out she's not a specialist. She teaches classes. And I hope that doesn't give it away because she blew up over the years. I'm very, very proud of her. But for some reason, y'all are leaving her and coming to me. So thank you. I got like 3 of her clients this week. Thank you. But again, just know that whatever you went through with the other people, that ain't me. That's not fix my credit now 850.com. Okay. We do things accordingly. I don't just send dispute letters out, people. I'm sending letters, I'm doing hacks, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. First round. That's why I get the results that I get. If you're not getting results, there's other underlying issues. We'll talk about it. We have talked about it. You've been warned about that. But just understand everybody moves differently. Okay? And what's the last thing I want to talk about that wasn't on the list? Wasn't on the list, right? It's not much. Like I said, like I really appreciate y'all. I really do. But again, I'm just really stuck on a plan, and we're at the end of the year. You guys just really, really need to have a plan, a mortgage plan if you're trying to purchase a home. So you need to incorporate credit repair within your mortgage plan. You guys come to me like, oh, in 2 years, I want to purchase a home. That's a plan. It's not a detailed plan, but it's still a plan. You need to incorporate credit repair within that plan. I want to purchase a home. Okay. I want to purchase a car. Great. First thing is you want to get the house before the car, right? Now, you know, you've seen me in my videos with Donnell Williams. That's still the homie. That's still the big homie, right? And he has the program, the house before the car. But I see that you guys still are not understanding. Just because I fixed your credit and you're in a better credit space now doesn't mean you should start applying for things that don't help you. Buying something that depreciates in value as opposed to something that appreciates in value like a home is not a good thing and is going to harm your credit. It's you just messed it up. You're hustling backwards. All right? And you want to purchase your home first. So if you have the goal to be a homeowner, incorporate credit repair in that. You're going to need it. Get your credit fixed, purchase your home, end your credit repair, and then purchase a car if you that is part of the plan. And I'll walk you through it. If you're not trying to purchase a home and you want to purchase a car, all right, cool. Incorporate credit repair with that. Or you want to refinance your house, or you want to refinance your car. Incorporate credit repair with that if you want to be successful. Because not only am I going to fix your credit, I'm going to teach you the game. So once we get the house and once we get the car, you'll now know moving forward what you need to do. Because now maybe you'll be in a position where you can buy another house or another car, right? Now you want credit cards. If you come to me, you want credit cards, same thing. You got to have a plan. Please stop coming to me like, yeah, my credit's messed up. I know it's messed up. That's why you're here. Anywho, what do you want? That's what I'm going to say to you in a consultation. What you trying to get? What do you need? What you got? Let me help you. But just don't come here like you're lost and confused. Have a plan. Understand what time of year it is. Okay. We got off a summer break. So did the credit bureaus. Now we're approaching the holidays. So the credit bureau. So have a plan, recognize the time, things like that. If you want business, you're trying to fix your credit for business and all that. You understand? Have a plan, incorporate credit repair with that, and let's move forward. But you got to have a plan. This is not going to work without a plan, y'all. But yeah, I'm going to keep talking about bankruptcies. If y'all want me to still keep talking about bankruptcies, let me know. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to interview y'all. I want to have some of y'all that have filed for bankruptcy already up on here. Because I think if you guys can hear other people's stories and what they've gone through, you can hear what I'm dealing with when you guys schedule consultations with me regarding bankruptcies. So, yeah, if you have a bankruptcy or you filed for bankruptcy, whether it was in the past or the near future, or even if you intend or are thinking about filing for bankruptcy, let me know. Hit me up. Leave a comment. Because I want to put you on the podcast. I would like a couple of people. Let's just have a little powwow, a bankruptcy powwow, right? Where we talk about it, your experiences. Because another thing is my people that file for bankruptcy, they feel alone. They feel by themselves. They feel like they're the only people on this planet that are going through what they're going through, when obviously that's not the case. And they don't know if the information that they're getting is genuine or not. They don't know. They're scared. They think they're going to lose their house, and you don't lose your house. Right now, you got a couple houses, you got a couple cars. You're going to lose that shit. Right. But you're not going to lose what you need, what's a necessity. Okay. But again, I think that's what I'm going to work on this week. I'm gonna have some people. I'm gonna have a bunch of us on and just talk and talk this whole bankruptcy shit out, so y'all can hear the different stories. Like, what's up? But anyway, I'm gonna hop off. It is. I said I wasn't gonna be an hour, and damn it, almost an hour. But you're gonna see some motivational videos from me. I know when we approach the holidays, people get in their bag a little bit, a little emotional. It's okay. I work all the time. So if you really need somebody to talk to, just message me or whatever. But yeah. So it's okay. Fix your credit. All is not lost. If you have to file for bankruptcy, it's okay. All is not lost. Okay. You can start fresh, but get the right education, the right credit education. And that's what Fix My Credit Now 850.com is here for. All right. Also, be sure, I see people coming in and out like y'all do. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to subscribe. All that good, juicy stuff. And I'm going to wrap this up. It's been great talking to you. I look forward to the next episode. The next time I go live with y'all. Y'all have a good week. All right. Take care.